9:30 on the dot. Good morning. President Reagan resumes his official duties at the White House today, 8 days after undergoing an operation to remove a cancerous growth from his colon. He'll be briefed on developments during his absence, and tonight he'll be at a reception in Washington for the Chinese president, who's making a state visit to the United States. International news on Monique at Roberts reporting. International news on Monique. In the latest diplomatic moves between Israel and the Soviet Union, Moscow said it firmly supports Israel's right to exist. A radio broadcast quoted the Soviet leader, Mr. Gorbachev, as rejecting radical Arab views which demand the elimination of Israel, but calling for an Israeli withdrawal from occupied Arab territories and for the creation of a Palestinian state. Normal diplomatic relations between Israel and the Soviet Union were severed in 1976, but Israel is reported to be hoping they can be restored now Russia has a new leader. International news on Monique at Roberts reporting. 9:30 CT, good morning. International news of Monique. A new Greenpeace ship was launched amid tight security on the Thames at Greenwich yesterday evening. A new 900-ton vessel has been named the Greenpeace, and a spokesman for the organization said it would undertake environmental work in the Antarctic. The spokesman said Greenpeace didn't see itself as a political target, and hoped the attack on its previous ship, the Rainbow Warrior, was an isolated incident. International news on Monique at Roberts reporting.
Radio Monique Disco Show.
Radio Monique International news.
Good afternoon in Sri Lanka, and finally this afternoon's international temperatures. Amsterdam 15, Brussels, London 20, and Barcelona 28. From Monique International, this is Steve Conway.
Steve, talking about nuclear waste for a moment. The REC, that must be very close to your quarters.
Very close indeed. About a quarter of a mile away from where I used to live.
By listening to that message, is it safe to swim then?
They say it is, but I wouldn't be quite so sure myself.
No, I wouldn't be. Thanks a lot anyway.
International news on Radio Monique. The US House of Representatives has approved the bill to impose economic sanctions on South Africa by a majority of more than 300 votes. But no action is likely before September. Opponents of the bill in the Senate used a series of delaying tactics last night to prevent a vote being taken. The Senate's one-month summer recess begins today, so the bill can be passed until next month, despite apparently having the support of the majority of the senators. International news on Radio Monique, Wim de Valk reporting.
International news on Monique. In the latest diplomatic moves between Israel and the Soviet Union, Moscow said it firmly supports Israel's right to exist. A radio broadcast quoted the Soviet leader, Mr. Gorbachev, as rejecting radical Arab views which demand the elimination of Israel, but calling for an Israeli withdrawal from occupied Arab territories and for the creation of a Palestinian state. Normal diplomatic relations between Israel and the Soviet Union were severed in 1976, but Israel is reported to be hoping they can be restored now Russia has a new leader. International news on Monique at Roberts reporting.
A new feature starting on the Monique International News from this afternoon. Unlike all those other radio stations which give you yesterday's European hotspot figures, we're going to give you today's. Well, today's temperatures in the Monique listenership area. In Holland, it's been around 23 degrees, 22 in Belgium, 23 in France, 25 in sunny Spain, and 22 in the United Kingdom. For Monique International, this is Steve Conway. And finally, today's European temperatures. Well, at midday it was 13 degrees in Copenhagen, 12 in Amsterdam, 11 in Brussels, 11 in Paris, 13 in London, and 14 in Barcelona. That makes Amsterdam the coldest spot in Europe today. Hello, Erwin.
It's terrible, Amsterdam. I'm here, I'm very glad.
I did that deliberately.
And it's a nice day out here, isn't it? Thank you, Steve, for reading the international news.
Okay.
You're into our sing-along afternoon.
Great, great.
I would like you to have a try. Is it okay?
Oh, it depends what the song is.
Oh, well, there we go. 1, 2, 3, sing, come on. Come on.
And it's all foreign to me anyway.
Yeah, that's an Amsterdam melody.
Okay.
Thank you, see you tomorrow. Bye.
Okay.
International news.
Boom, 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 boom. Are you there, Steve?
I'm here now. I've just pressed a little red button.
Oh, that's it.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
The National Radio from Monique International. This is Steve Conway.
Thank you very much, Steve. After the international news, are you on your way upstairs then or not?
I'm on my way upstairs.
I've got something to ask you. Could you please bring me a pack of cigarettes?
Where from? I don't
From the
smoke,
mess room.
so I don't know.
In the
these
mess
things.
room they are.
Okay.
Would be great.
Right.
Thank you.